Hey guys, it is 1:30 in the morning and we just got back from Zombieland DoubleTap. The sequel that everybody was anticipating, waiting for, and clamoring for the past 9 years, Joe.
Was it 9 years?
Yeah. And I don't think we reviewed this. I think our friend Jeremy Johns reviewed it. It was like one of his first reviews. But I don't think we ever actually reviewed the first film. So let me get your real quick opinions. Did you like the first one?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yes.
Okay, I also enjoyed it. But Zombieland DoubleTap gets the cast back together. The cast is a really good cast. I mean, you've got Emma Stone, Woody Harrelson, Lex Luthor, and who was I don't remember her. I don't remember the third one, fourth one. But you know, they seem like they're having fun. But that's and.
Well, at least someone did.
I was going to say it, but I was going to let him finish.
You guys didn't like the film, huh?
This was a fine film, but like it was not what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
honestly.
What I was going to say is this film feels like they've ran out of ideas and they kind of just like threw a bunch of things in. And it's like, wouldn't it be cool if they were in the White House? Wouldn't it be cool if like we get a monster truck involved? Wouldn't it be cool if they met like alternate versions of themselves and they interacted? And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you came up with an original idea that other people haven't been done? Now, granted,
It's
the
kinda
monster
hard
truck is kind
now.
of unique with regards to zombies, but everything else, it felt like a sequel that was rushed out because the first one did so well, and it's not as good as the first, and it's still fun at parts. There's still some good scenes, but it feels like rushed out real quick so that you could capitalize off it, but it's not. This is 9 years later, and you think that the jokes would be funnier and the things would be better, but I don't know. I didn't have as much fun in Zombieland DoubleTap as I did in the original. The original had this absurdist comedy, and it was funny, mixing zombies, but it did have logic, you know? And in this film, they kind of have that same dynamic, but they throw the logic out of the window. You have these new characters that are just in the middle of the street, one in the middle of a mall. There's no way they would have survived. One guy's a pacifist. The other girl is the dumbest blonde you've ever met in your life, which she was so annoying, but I liked it because it was good. Like, she did a good job at being this annoying blonde. That's not why I didn't like the film. In fact, her scenes are funny. But every single part is like, what? That's just ridiculous. And I know, and that may have been what the film wanted to do, going into the absurdist comedy. But too many times I was like, that was just stupid.
Yeah.
Not like
Too many times.
not
actually,
bad,
for
not funny, and not badass. It was just kind of stupid. Art theater was relatively quiet, during it. A couple chuckles, and granted, I did have a couple chuckles.
Same.
But with a stellar cast and with a great first film, this is one of those sequels that doesn't quite live up to the original. It definitely doesn't surpass it. What do you think, Alex?
This movie was unnecessary and kind of uninspired. And it was, I mean, there was parts of it that were fine, right? Like, but the thing is, like, I really liked Zombieland. Is at the beginning, I mean, zombies have kind of, like, invaded our culture, and they've become everywhere, right? Like, after Zombieland, we got The Walking Dead, and we got 40 zombie things constantly. Every video game has a zombie mode.
No, Joe.
Joe plays
No,
zombie game.
Joe, don't you ask me that. God damn it, I'm cutting
And
him
so,
off.
like, all of these things just, like, it got bigger and bigger. And so what happened is Zombieland was kind of special because
But zombies has died down recently.
it was really good when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. And the expectations are higher because there's been so much more zombie stuff. And this was just kind of crap. There was parts that were kind of funny. This isn't a very funny movie.
No.
There's parts that are humorous, and I think that some of the chemistry didn't quite work the way that they wanted it to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I think the bar's been raised, and this doesn't stack up at all.
Yeah. If you love monster trucks and you love Elvis and you love like the lowest common denominator in kind of, lazy jokes. I don't want to say lowest common denominator because some of the jokes are good. But, lazier jokes the second time around, you're going to love this film. right? It has all the original cast, which is what I appreciate. Nobody's been recast or anything like that, and everybody's having fun, putting in good performances, but every single actor has been in much better films.
Yeah.
And they kind of come back for a reunion, and it's like, I wonder how this came about 9 years later. I'm really curious. Like, yeah, we need another Zombieland. Or was it they wanted to do one, but they all got really busy, and they're busy, and like, hey, I'm free now. You want to do it? Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like you said, they had plenty of time to
Right.
write a better
Write
script.
something, right?
Better script, right?
Something.
No, it's illogical, and if you tell me it's supposed to be illogical with some of these plot points.
Zombies, Joe.
Well, you have to explain it, right? Because you're
No, no,
absolutely
no,
right that it's illogical, but so you can't just be like, oh, it's illogical. It's like you're dumb, Joe, because zombies are illogical. It's like not only do you have to buy the fact that there's a zombie apocalypse, you have to buy that these people have been alive for 10 years. You have to buy that a character's been living in an ice cream freezer for 10 years.
Yeah.
and that
that a pacifist who doesn't use
and then
guns
there's
has
so many
survived.
more things that they're asking, like that pill that they're asking you to swallow ends up being this
Yeah.
big, and you're like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, in the film they come across Babylon, or as the dumb blonde would say, Babylon. Oh my God, Babylon. And it's nothing but these hippies. And you see it in the trailer. I hate hippies. Woody Harrelson's like, I fucking hate hippies and musicians, trying to date his surrogate daughter. It's not his daughter, but he feels feelings for.
Yeah, because they've been together for a long time.
And guess what? What happens? The girls, take off, and they've got to go after him. Wait, didn't that happen in the first film? Kind of. And then also, they come to this hippie, coven, and it's like, there's no fucking way these people have survived. And they think it's the funniest joke in the film, and I don't know. It just falls flat for me.
But they grow pot and they make fireworks. It's
and
fun.
they melt guns down to make peace symbols, and the zombies never bother them, apparently. I don't get it. Another thing that the film kind of starts with exciting. We got zombies. The zombies have evolved. They talk about what are the different zombies, Joe?
There's like the Homer one, the
dumb one.
the entertaining one. Just
Yeah.
leave it alone. It's cute. It won't harm you. They got the Hawkins ones.
Hawkins,
it's pretty
yeah.
smart. And they got the ninja, the assassin ones.
But these never really
They're
come
not in
into
the movie.
play.
Yeah.
It's
Not
like,
in the
what's
movie at
going
all.
on? That was just a big excuse to set up that zombies have evolved, and they will be dealing with different types of zombies, but they don't really deal with different types of zombies except for the new one that they really wanted to introduce, a stronger, faster version of the zombie. And so you're like, okay, the ante is going to be upped here. How are they going to do this? And
I was
then
looking forward to that.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But when it happens, when this final climax happens with these advanced zombies, it turns into every other film that you've seen. Like, let's train the hippies to deal with these zombies. It's like, no, this is not going over. Oh, they have no guns. It doesn't matter. Here comes thousands. Instead of running, they're all like, it's time to fight. It's like, no, this is ridiculous and stupid.
No, they say that they're gonna. What's the point of having a home if you can't live there and fight for it? And then they leave.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they're like, we're going to defend this place. It's our home now. And then they leave.
Yeah.
It's like, this is stupid.
Wait,
it is
who's
stupid.
telling a speech to the other people.
oh, well,
Yeah.
screw them.
I don't know. I think all three of us are on the same wavelength in the sense that, there were some good jokes here and there.
Yes.
Good the opening action scene when they're clearing the White House lawn, I thought was really impressive. Very cool slow-mo. But then later on in the film, you just got a horde of CGI zombies approaching a bunch of hippies, and you've kind of lost interest.
Oh yeah, kill him. It's fine.
Yeah. And unless you're really into Elvis and monster trucks, it's like, yeah, cool. I guess it's something slightly different than I'm seeing, but yeah. All right, so let's just jump to the spoiler section, give you our final verdicts on Zombieland DoubleTap. Is this one that you can skip in theaters and watch later on? In my opinion, yes. You don't need
I
to
agree with
rush
that,
out
yeah.
and go see it. So let's go ahead with final verdicts.
I'm going to give this one a 5. And I think that this one, there was parts that were definitely above
Now,
average.
remember, on our scale, 5 is an average film.
Yeah,
Just
there's-
want to get that clear because everybody
We should just
feels
have
like
a
we're
chart.
very
Should
harsh on
we just
films.
have a chart?
I
It's
guess.
like, there you go. Look, average.
But when it comes to films, people are mad that we don't rate them higher because games you can be tougher on because they're $60. Films, I guess people just want to be entertained. And I found
Well, I
myself
want
laughing in this
to.
film, but my laughs were almost because I wanted to laugh and it wasn't that funny. But I'm gonna give it to you anyway. But anyway, so 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. I think that there were some good parts, right? There was some jokes landed. There were some situations that were humorous. Some of the action was worthwhile, and then there's chemistry between these characters, and I liked the original one. So I think a lot of it was me wanting to like this film because I liked the first one so much. But then there was times where you can tell they're trying to make you laugh. They say something and it's not funny, or it's recycled material from other better zombie movies, and you see this stuff. It's like I didn't like this in the commercial, and I didn't like this in any of the other things that you've showed me, and so that those parts were so below average that I think that this is a 5.
This is right on with the trailer. You know, you watch the trailer, you're like, yeah, this film kind of met about the trailer. So if you think the trailer's the greatest thing, then go out and see it.
Yeah.
But you're going to get what you pay for. Go ahead.
I'm going to agree with that. A 5 for me. I kind of wish they focused on those 4 characters instead of them interjecting like the other characters were. They were fine, but after a while, it was just like a long, drawn-out joke. I was getting tired of it. I was pretty annoyed. Yeah, that's her character. I get it, but I didn't like some of her jokes. And I just like...
The annoying girl annoyed you?
Yeah, too much. Too long, too drawn out on these jokes. And at the end of the film, I just honestly didn't care about what they were trying to protect or whatever. Yeah.
So I guess I'm a little easier on movies than these guys. I do think that this is a slightly above average zombie film. I did appreciate the film open with, we realize there's a lot of zombie content for you guys these days, and we really appreciate you choosing us. And I was like, man, that felt like it was written just for me, because I was like, great, another zombie film, but so it buttered me up. And the beginning was good with the action, slow-mo in the White House, and they're goofing off, they're having fun. And then the one group leaves, and it's like, oh, we're kind of doing the first film a little bit, and let's go. And then it goes off the rails with the logic. It's like, what is going on here? And then, like you said, Joe, the annoying character comes, but it's like she's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, and they also
but then once they get to the climax, I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yes.
I fucking hate this until the tropey thing happens, right? And then they reveal what's going on, and I was like, oh, yeah, that kind of does look badass on paper. And I'm going to give it that one additional point because I was like, okay, I see what they were doing and what they were setting up for. You guys saw it coming a mile away. I didn't. And so that's why I guess that one extra point for me. So we'll talk about that in spoilers.
Yeah, and also, like, for me, like I was saying, like, it teased me with the new zombies.
Yeah,
that was a big part.
They really
weren't.
They really weren't new zombies.
There weren't, and people are going to say no. They clearly said.
Let's not try to counter every comment that's coming at us.
But that's really big. The smart zombies and the ninja zombies were not in this film. Just because you say, oh, that's what when they're filming.
That was a ninja.
That one was a ninja. You got him. It's like he didn't do any ninja stuff. He did it.
The homers were homers though.
Oh
yes, I wanted more of those.
The homers were
Maybe I would have liked
it
more.
All right, guys. That's it. If you want to stick around for spoilers to figure out what are the good scenes and what are the bad scenes, and why I gave it the extra point, and why you might enjoy it or think it's like us. Stick around for the spoiler section. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Welcome to the spoiler section. So, go ahead.
My biggest problem with the new zombies, the T-800s, they were supposed to be all powerful, and these guys are just poking them with fucking shovels.
Stupid.
And I was like, really? Shovels? It took you like 9-10 bullets on the other ones. You have a whole
9-10, Joe? It took like 50 bullets.
Yeah, you have a whole swarm, and
the very first time you're introduced to the T-800, he neo-dodges 2 bullets.
Yeah.
He dodges a bullet and then dodges a bullet, and it's really stupid. And then they kind of play it off, and they're like, oh, no, he didn't really do that. And then the rest, that makes those scenes even worse because they're like, I'm just going to kill you with a shovel. It's like, that one could dodge bullets. You shot him 45 times and lived. You had to smash his head.
So what happens is the film breaks its own logic, and that's why I keep saying that it's absurd and illogical. Because even when you have an absurdist film that is doing crazy things like, oh, we got hippies living in the middle of Zombieland, right? That's funny. But then it starts to break its own logic. It's like Zombieland was like, you got all these set of rules, right? And then you've got, they're really good, and they show how good they are at guns and killing zombies, but yet there's a whole group of people that don't follow those rules, don't kill zombies, and are complete pacifists, and they survive just as long as you have. That breaks the whole fucking lore of Jesse Eisenberg's character. It doesn't make any damn sense. So there's a coven, and they melt the weapons down, and then they pop off fireworks. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're popping fireworks
Blaring
with
music.
zombies all around, blaring music. So, of course, all the T-1000 show up, and it is a swarm of them. We're talking thousands and thousands and thousands, and their plan is, let's not run, because they'll just run over all of our walls, and we have no weapons.
Let's sex.
Fight them. Oh, well, first one of the fat hippie guys is like, group sex? Oh, man.
He keeps that.
No,
that's
group
his line.
sex. He
That's
said
his
there's no
line.
group
man.
sex, and he repeats it 4 or 5
like,
times.
unless-
and then
okay,
he's like,
group sex.
unless group sex.
Can
no.
I have me? Shut the fuck up. You goddamn hippies. In Tallahassee, he's like, I hate hippies, and not at one time in the whole film does he punch or kick a hippie. That's -1 for me.
So fine.
Yeah. No, but anyway, and then it is so tried and tropey, and it makes no sense because the daughter character leaves. The little girl leaves because she wants to connect with younger people. So she finds the coven. She finds this really attractive dude. He got weed, and he's from Berkeley, and he's cool. And she just is enamored with him the whole film. Then she goes to Babylon. This is great, right? And she's like, I'm going to stay here. And even Tallahassee sees her, and he's like, you know what? She's safe here, and I'm going to go and do my lone wolf thing. And then he does his lone wolf thing, and he drives off, but then he sees hundreds of thousands of zombies running towards the fireworks, and he's like, oh, fuck this. And he goes back to go and protect his daughter. But then right when he gets there, she's all like, fuck you, Berkeley guy. I hate you. I want to leave this place. It's like, what? Did we just miss an hour in the film where the hippies did something
felt
to
like
piss
it,
her
right?
off? Right. It's so tropey. Like the writing is just, okay, we're just gonna do this to go and do this now. Okay, this to do this now. Oh, there's a bunch of hippies and we're doing this now. It's fucking dumb, and I fucking hate it, and that's why it lost so many points from me. And then when they got this plan to use fucking sheds, like roofs off of sheds,
For the Terminator
to push. Dude, these zombies are supposed to be the Terminator zombies. Like you said, they're pulling Matrix moves. But here's the reveal. So what do? They get them in a little area, and they have fire. And for some reason, these T-1000 zombies don't want to cross a small line of
Zombies
fire.
don't like fire.
No. Fine, Joe. Then he blows it up. They kill a bunch of zombies. But then what did you think was going to happen? There were way more than just that. So the plan itself is stupid, and then they're surrounded in their little stand, and they're just using
they're
melee
poking
weapons. No, they're dead. And then all the hippies aren't helping them. They're on this top of the very apartment complex looking down at them. And it's like, well, it looks like we're all dead. It's like, God, this
Let's
is
all
the
hug.
tropiest thing.
Yes, let's all hug. We
But
had a great time.
it's the fucking monster truck, and it's Rosario Dawson, whatever her name is, and I was like, okay, that was cool, because you got a fucking monster truck
But
running
it goes
over
back to, like,
zombies.
the zombie dodged the bullet, but I can't dodge the truck.
Can't dodge a dodge.
Well, guys, stop getting hung up over that. We understand the
No.
T-1000 zombies
800.
turned into homers, okay?
they're all homers
temporarily, because the writing was so weak and tropey in it. So then she fucking kills and murders a bunch of them by using sick-ass monster truck moves. And that sounds great on
There's a
paper. And you know what? I was
backflip.
like, all right, I'm having fun.
And
We're
did a
going back
backflip.
up. We're going back up. And then I'm like, but that doesn't even work. And they're like, fuck, let's go run. And we'll run to the Babylon apartment complex. But, oh, no, there's 4 T-1000s, T-800s in our way. What are we going to do? Oh, the hippies decided they're not pacifists anymore, so they start dropping fucking pianos and
And
washing
items.
machines, and they kill perfectly all 4 of those. And they're able to run with a bunch more following. And then the climax of the film is they get them to the roof. I'm like, why are you bringing them to, like, the hippies have no weapons? But the climax of the film, it's revealed that the hippies up there have all created a little line of little fences and walls, and you can see through the fence. And Tallahassee is just running, having all the zombies chase him because earlier in the film he said, you know what, I got a little Indian blood in me. And you know what the Indians used to do a long time ago?
It was out of nowhere, too.
I know.
He said it for no reason.
He said it to set up this thing.
Exactly.
It's just bad ready. He's like, all right, well, because they used to herd buffalo off a cliff, and that's how they would get them, and so all the buffalo would fall off. And so that's what he does. He jumps on a little hook, swings, and all the zombies fall. Forget about the fact that he swings back and all the zombies should get him at that point.
He kicked him.
And he kicked him, and so he swings again, and all the zombies fall. No, the part I don't buy is all those T-800s that'll do anything to get at any human being and seeing nothing, all these human beings, and they're even looking at it.
They turn into homers, remember?
Right, they've turned into
Yes,
homers.
exactly.
And they don't even go after these. It's just Tallahassee they want. Even though the zombies in the fucking back can't see Tallahassee, but whatever. And so they all fall off. And I was like, oh, so that's how they were going to do it. Now, you saw Rosario's character. You knew she was coming back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's in the middle of nowhere. There's a fully lit Elvis museum with pristine Elvis stuff, like Elvis worship up the ass.
No security.
I'm like, who is this made for? Boomers? Some people older than boomers? I don't know. Anyways, so he's got the Elvis worship thing going on. She likes Elvis too, so they connect and have sex. And then they run into doppelganger versions of themselves, what you saw in the trailer. And that's basically all that's in the movie. Hey, look, hey, you look like me and I look like you. That's so weird.
It was a quick throwaway joke.
One guy has commandments where our guy has rules. And then they're like, but it's not a competition. And they kind of start competing. That was funny.
They played Magic. It was sweet.
And did they play Magic?
Yeah.
Did they say that?
I watched them play
you
Magic.
saw the
I know
cards.
Magic
You could
cards.
see
They were
the
playing
cards.
I missed it.
Oh, he told me.
But then the next morning, zombies show up because the goddamn fucking, monster truck brought some zombies, and they go out there, and there's 4 T-1000s, and they go out there to shoot them, and they get bit. And then when they come inside, they didn't realize they were bit. They're all like, "Yeah, we're so cool."
But they had to defeat themselves. It's the
So they
first thing you have to
attacked each
do when you fight Shang Tsung, or second thing you have to do.
But this was in. It just all these elements were from other films, like Shaun of the Dead, where they meet themselves temporarily, and they're like, you know what, that was a great idea. We're gonna use it. We could hang out on the White House. You know what, that's a great idea. Well, let's use it. But the monster truck, I think, was a unique thing, and that's what I liked. I liked the monster truck running over everything, and I was like, I guess it could have.
Did they use monster trucks in Idiocracy with Luke Wilson?
I don't know,
zombies.
but I'm talking about relating to
monsters,
zombies. It's like, that's a genius idea because the wheels are so big and thick, the zombies can't really bite at the wheels, and the zombies can't really get up. They can climb, and they eventually do climb, but she does like
They're
some
punching the
spins or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you think about it, actually the material on the monster truck is so thin, zombies could get through those easy, and they do have a high rollover risk.
Stop thinking.
Anyways, it was just an excuse to have monster trucks run over zombies, and I was like,
Sunday.
Right. I always say that, but anyways, so I should have liked the film more, and I really did want to, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, because
as
I was
good
pretty
as
excited. I
thought.
was like, all right, we're gonna go see DoubleTap. Sweet. No, did not come out like that.
Fucking baby lawn. That whole thing doesn't make any sense. That even Homer could tear down their walls and get in there and kill them, or Hawkins and ninjas. Well, Hawkins and ninjas clearly don't exist in the world because one ninja would be able to destroy all of that, baby lawn.
Yeah.
They do a fake out where it's like, oh, well, got to kill Lenny, because the blonde is so fucking dumb that you think she gets bit and she gets in between.
I actually thought she was going to die because of the whole
allergic reaction. Yeah, not for 1 second.
Not for 1 second did I think she was going to die. You thought she was going to die?
I didn't think she got bit.
No.
She's eating nuts and it's just like, yeah, she's having an allergic
Yeah,
reaction.
because she was so dumb. I thought she forgot. It's like, oh, I didn't know there's nuts. I'm dead. I thought that's what that was.
I thought the joke was like,
happen.
are almonds nuts? And then something.
Exactly.
And he's like, all right, I'll go out there and shoot her. She gets in between the relationship of Emma Stone's character and Jesse's character, and he has sex with her, and she's like, well, you left me.
She was a rebound.
Yeah, she was a rebound. He's like, well, you
Very
left me. And she's
horrible.
like, well, yeah, you moved on quick. It's like, but you left.
So
It's a month.
none of that whole relationship thing worked because they purposely do things where they don't show you any of the characters like talking to each other.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted
and-
them to focus on that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they focus on the but they're like, oh, we're gonna do that crappy sitcom thing where both characters are retarded and won't speak to each other, and they're like, it builds tension. It's like, no, it makes me hate these characters.
Right, so
knows
they're gonna
relationship.
shoot.
You know
They're
how
gonna
it
shoot
works.
her in the woods, but he shoots over the head. Later on, you see a ice cream truck which has been set up. I refuse to drive that ice cream truck, and now it's driving around the road, and it's the blonde, and she's fine. Hey! And he's like, oh no, but it's because she had
What
a
are
nut
the
allergy.
odds?
We knew it, but if you didn't see that coming, like I'm really worried about you guys. So that's it. The new characters that came in were annoying. You don't really want to see them. And honestly, even the film knew they were annoying and you didn't really want to see them because guess what? The end of the film is them, this whole home thing and protecting and let's make a stand and fight for the home. Then they leave. They're like, let's just go.
Home
And they're
is
driving
wherever
in the
we
Elvis
are.
car and the home is where we are. And, I guess that's why they call it homies. I'm like, yeah.
The character that didn't want a new relationship got a new relationship. The character that wanted a relationship ends up with nobody.
Yes.
Right, the little girl who wanted a relationship and wanted to hang out with her own people, she fucked at the end of the film. So the whole driving force of the film, that story has not been resolved.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay. And then there's two after credit scenes that we can talk about. The first one is mid-credit scene where it tries to, I guess, give context. He's like, I'm sorry that we killed Murray because they have this stupid thing.
They don't
Did
know.
you get married? Wait, you mean murdered? No, married. That's when you kill somebody thinking they're a zombie, but they're not really a zombie. It happened, we know. He's like, what? That's stupid. That would never happen. I don't know what you're talking about. He killed. Anyways, so he's like, I'm sorry. Here's a scene of Bill Murray killing zombies.
Yeah.
Enjoy. He's like there promoting Garfield 3, and he's like, because I guess to set up the fact that he kind of looks like a zombie and
was trying to
talk
figure out
like
how-
a zombie.
The zombie thing happened with Al Roker. He just
Right,
came
so
in-
was
he
Al
didn't-
Roker patient zero? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
even the intro was like,
He can't be patient zero. He died, and everyone else on the outside.
but it
was
said
infected.
patient zero.
I don't know how he got.
Do you
he didn't
remember
get
now?
bit.
I remember in words it says patient zero.
I don't know what happened.
Day zero, patient zero. Al Roker started all this. So you ruin your own lore. I liked it mysterious. I don't want to
Yeah, I
know,
don't
but
know.
no, Al Roker is the start of it
He
all.
did
He
it,
throws
baby.
up, and Bill Murray kills everybody around him and exits, and it's cool. I like Bill Murray. I like seeing him, and yeah, I was like, okay, that was nice. Then and then if you stay for the after credits, there's a joke because he's on a press line, so a bunch of different people are
Garfield
asking him
3.
questions. And there's this one Hispanic chick, and she's talking in Spanish, and he's like, I
Do the
don't
hairball
understand.
thing.
And so at the end, he's like, oh, let me do it in Spanish.
I thought he was gonna break character because he started laughing kind of.
Yeah, he was
was
laughing a little bit, and he's like, I apologize for my horrible accent, and I was like, all right, that's funny. So those two
Yeah,
things were
Funniest
funny.
part of the whole movie.
Probably Bill
Wasn't
Murray.
in the movie.
I mean, it totally enhances your film. Bill Murray, he had his own zombie movie with Kylo Ren where they beat up zombies, but here he gets a little bit more zombie action, melee action. But it's in a short little scene that's completely separate from the rest of the film. And honestly, the way to have done Zombie Land 2, DoubleTap would have Bill Murray was one of the best scenes anyway. So just bring back Bill Murray, even though you
As a
can't.
zombie.
You
No.
can. I don't know. Somehow.
Did.
Anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I don't think that we will be talking in 9 years for Zombieland Triple Tap. I don't think that
hope
one's
not.
going to happen.
Well, unless they try really hard. I mean, maybe it'd be good.
And maybe they'll treat it as a reunion because it seemed like it was kind of just a reunion and some, jokes here and there. And let's just do it. And they made it work a little bit, but not as good as we were hoping for. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.